We all know Florida is known for its beaches and sunshine, but there is an eerie side to the state as well. Mark Muncy and Carrie Schultz captured this in their first book, Eerie Florida, but now their follow-up is full of even more monsters and myths. They join me now with a scary sneak preview of Freaky Florida. Good morning. So happy to have you guys here. I think
yeah,
we'll be a little scared this morning.
That's, we got to wake you up. So.
So tell me a little bit about, obviously, again, as I mentioned, second book, but there, from what I understand, you guys found so much the first time around. You said we have to do another book.
It was every town we went to, there was, a ghost story or a monster or a myth.
Thanks, Florida.
Yeah, thank you. And then when we went there, and when we would go to these places, people would be like, "Oh, have you heard about this place?" Or "Have you seen this place?" And it's like, let me add that to the list. And and I think we can safely say now that we are on contract for a third.
Okay.
And we got plenty of information.
Do we know the name on that one?
It's just all ghosts.
Okay.
So that's all I'm allowed to say at this point.
Again, thanks, Florida. Talk about the relationship here. You do the illustrated, because there's pictures for some of the stories in here. Other ones, we kind of have to use our imagination. That's where you come in.
Yes. Sometimes all we have is descriptions, and we just have to go by what we've heard.
And I want to mention this too, they're engaged, and you say these are actually your book babies.
Right, right.
We've been too busy making book babies to get married yet, but
we're getting there.
Yeah,
we're getting
keyword.
There. Yes, yes.
Well, let's dive into some of these stories. We have some pictures that's going to help guide us along as well. And the first one, I believe, is the tree. So let's talk about the Devil's Tree. I don't know if I want to hear the story.
This is probably one of the darkest in the book.
Okay, let's go ahead and get it out of the way then.
Let's start with the worst. Yeah, this is Port St. Lucie. As you can see, it's this creepy old oak. It's in a place called the Oak Hammock Park Nature Trail. It is tied to a wonderful true story of Gerard John Schaefer. And as we all know, a guy with 3 names in Florida is either a politician or a serial killer. He was one of the latters. And sadly, he did terrible things. He only got convicted for 2 murders. But he had tied 2 women to this tree and did terrible things to them.
But the story even grows from there.
That's the thing. The legend of the tree actually predates him, saying that the tree actually kind of drove him to this a little bit. And the tree has all these legendary myths and legends about it, with that if you get the sap from it, it drips this black sap, and if you get this sap from it, it'll make your, if you make candles out of it.
Can we just chop this thing down? I mean, I know.
That's the problem. They tried to chop it down, and the 2 guys chainsaw. The minute they hit it, it broke. Their chainsaw broke. So being manly men, they go to Home Depot to get new chainsaws, and then they get in a car accident and die. So the legend grows even more that if you have a piece of the tree in your car, you can put it in somebody else's car you don't like, and they will have a problem. So one lady grabs a piece of bark, puts it in her car, is going to go put it in her cheating husband's car, and she gets in a car accident on the way to do that. So the legend grows.
There needs to be a movie after this.
It's crazy, right?
Yes.
The state has now cemented the hole where the sap is, and they just hoped the cement would kill it. It's still there. You can go visit it. Oak Hammock Park.
No, I don't want to go visit it.
Don't chop the tree. It's a beautiful park. We would like it not to burn down.
Oh, jeez. All right. I've heard of the skunk ape. I've heard of the other creatures kind of in Florida, right? But there's one specifically near Jacksonville.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is the town of Barden, which is a little one crossroad town in Barden.
Very small.
Very small. There's a place there called Bud's Grocery, which is kind of the headquarters for hunting the creature that Carrie drew there, the Barden Booger. He's Florida loves naming stuff. We got Pinky the Sea Monster, and now we've got the Barden Booger.
So it is a version of a skunk ape?
Yes, he carries a lantern. It goes all the way back to the 1800s, where he was seen on the old roads out there. A girl on a horse saw him, and she was as high as he was, on her horse. And he would disappear, but the lantern light would still be seen. In the 70s, it was, Bigfoot mania was hitting because of In Search Of and Leonard Nimoy and all that. So he was popular again there. Bud's was kind of the hunting grounds for him. And they made a song about him called the Barden Booger Boogie. And there was a lovely couple that drove around in a booger costume and played the music. So
wow. Before we run out of time, let's talk about this turtle, which I actually lived in this area, and I had not heard of this story before. Kind of near Charlotte Harbor.
Yeah, Charlotte Harbor, Punta Gorda area. This is a 1932, we have these wonderful hurricanes that come through, and this one was the Florida-Alabama hurricane, and it sucked all the water out of the Charlotte Harbor area.
Tampa
which is
knows how we can do
we
that.
did that last year with Irma, and so everybody ran out to go get food and stuff because this is the 30s, this is depression, this was important. This is, you can save your family, and this family runs out and they get stuck out there as the water's coming in. And they run to what they think is a mound, something that'll keep them as the water's coming back, keep them safe. But then the mound starts floating, and and they're like, "Wait, we're on an upside-down boat or something." And then it turns out it's a turtle.
And the turtle actually saved them.
And it saved them from the hurricane.
So this isn't freaky at all. That's like the coolest out of all of them,
the beauty.
I think.
Like I said, it's a super wonderful thing, and Carrie made it come to life. And then in the 60s, a Navy diver out there just doing work, he sees this giant 30-foot shellless turtle swimming out in the waters, and he gets a guy to sketch it for the Navy report.
Could it be the same? Yeah. Hey, where can people buy the book? That's just a sample of what's in here.
Any bookstore, Amazon, all the other plus. It's Arcadia Publishing History Press. They're everywhere. You'll be surprised where you find it. But there's a couple local stores in St. Pete. Books at Park Place. We have signed copies all the time.
Guys, job well done. Good luck on the next book, baby. Okay,
Thank you.
Come back soon.
We'll be back gladly.
Again, we'll put all the info on our website.